magsisimula po ng food stamp program o yung walang gutom program by July. Ano po kaya ang may tutulong po ng reaction niyo po dito at ano po yung may tutulong po ng Kongreso para ma-assure lang po na magtatagumpay po itong programa na ito?
Again, makaka-complement po yun pag natuloy po yung amendments natin sa RTL kasi nga po mapababa yung presyo, tapos magkakaroon na tayo ng food stamp program. So of course, we are targeting po yung mga may certain sector, may certain income natin target po yan. Again, this is nothing new. Like other countries are doing this, European countries. Sa US po, yung mga sa US stubs kasi ginagamit nila like food stamps, ganun po ginagamit ng mga independents, mga local states, national government nila. So we would like to, of course, welcome po natin to. Pero again, hindi nga po ito long-term solution talaga. Pero sa bansa po natin, alam po natin na marami pong nangangailangan, saka mas marami pa pong nangangailangan. So, yung pag-implement po nun, aabangan din po namin kasi hindi pa naman po naibababa sa amin yung proper na guidelines on how we will implement it. But this is a welcome, of course, a welcome program po. Kagaya po ng mga iba-ibang program ng DSWD, of course, alleviating poverty and of course, zero hunger. Yun po ang target po natin. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Billy Vegas from Abante Politico.
Follow up lang po dun sa tanong nila tungkol sa drugs. Wala po ba kayong may re-recommend na ipatawag na lang nila para magkaroon ng direction yung investigation ng Senate? Or kahit dito sa gagawin din investigation ng House?
Well, kung pinag-uusapan lang naman natin yung droga, parang kasi nakikita natin one-sided yung investigation. And wala naman po tayo nabubuang credible testimony or information being said by this dismissed PDA agent. Kung pag-uusapan lang naman natin yung droga, bakit di na tayo patawagin si Las Cañas o si Asierto? No, I can recommend them to be part of this investigation and we'll see. Kasi itong mga taong to, alam naman natin na naging bahagi na ito ng investigation noon pa. At sila po, may mga dokumentong pinipresenta. May co-plan, may legitimate operations, and therefore, for purposes of having a fair discussion about drug-related cases, let's call these guys, Asierto and Las Cañas, and we'll see kung sino po talaga ang nagsasabi ng totoo, and kung ano talaga ang totoong o kaya ang realidad patungkol sa war on drugs dito po sa ating bansa. And that then, these guys tell the whole world na kung anong kinalaman nila or ano ang nalalaman nila patungkol sa droga at mga naging biktima, most especially during the previous administration.
Thank you. Rosalie Cas from UNTV.
Good morning po, Kongs. From May 14 to 17 po, nakaset po mag-sail ang ating itong coalition sa Scarborough Shoal. Pero bago po yung mission, na-monitor po ng isang US maritime expert na si Ray Powell, yun pong pagdagsa o pagpapadala ng China ng malalaking vessels po, China Coast Guard at militia ships para harangan yung pong Scarborough Shoal. Ano po yung take niyo po dito, and is this a cause of concern? At ano rin po yung mensahe niyo po sa ating itong coalition?
To answer briefly, I think we should continue what we're doing right now. Na pag meron po na hindi ka nais-nais naman nangyari, mag-field tayo ng protesta, tapos pwede rin tayo mag-field ng mga iba't ibang kaso. But the quickest and of course the most peaceful response is again, we continue with our exercises, our naval exercises po, na ginagawa natin with our partners, na pinalakas po ng trilateral agreement natin. So, sa tingin ko po, yun po yung tatlong pinaka-immediate na solusyon sa mga iba't ibang nangyayari po dyan sa ating boundaries. Thank you.
I-follow up ko lang po. Does this mean po we discourage such missions from our civilians? Kasi it may increase tensions, or what do you think po?
Basically po, again, maganda po na ginagawa pa rin natin yung mga dati nating ginagawa. Kasi nga po, meron naman po talaga tayong karapatan dyan. If things escalate, then we would have to make the necessary policy recommendations. Siyempre, gagawa po ng policy recommendation ng ating Pangulo. And meron naman pong agreement. So, right now, again, yung na-mention ko po na we should continue with our protest kung meron pong malalabag. Pwede po tayong maghain ng formal na reklamo. And of course, continue and maybe strengthen our naval exercises in the different portions of our country. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question from Mela Lismoras of PTV4.
Hi, good morning mga Kongs. I-connect ko na lang din po, speaking of issues on China. Sa isang statement ng Bureau of Immigration, sinabi nila the Interagency Committee on Foreign Students is set to have urgent meeting today, Monday, to discuss the increase in Chinese nationals studying in the Philippines. Actually, recently, sa House din mismo may mga resolution about this. Given po, ito na yung mga naiulat na may mga Chinese national na bibigyan ng Philippine passports, and may issue din kay Bamban Mayor Go. Do you think this is warranted? May reason na ba tayo para maalarma? At idugtog mo na rin po, dahil iniimbestigahan na rin si Mayor Alice sa Senado, do you think it is wise to have a parallel investigation din po sa House?
Well, with regard to this interagency body, with regard to the controversy concerning several Chinese students, of course, this is a welcome development because what is at stake here is our national security, and one of the non-negotiables in our country is our national security. We want to make sure that the screening process of these students who are interested to enter the Philippines and have their education here should go under a very strict process. We want to make sure that these students do not pose security risk or security threats in our country. On the issue of Mayor Alice Buo, I guess it's a possibility to have a parallel investigation here in the House of Representatives, because this is very serious and at the same time very alarming, because imagine a Chinese, allegedly isa pong Chinese person was able to register herself 17 years after na siya po ay pinanganak. So late registration po yung nangyari. And this concerns about the citizenship of this particular individual, lalong-lalo na we are talking about the public official, and under our constitution, those who want to serve our country and to join the electoral process as candidates for local positions, they should be Filipino citizens. Nakakaalama po ito sapagkat kung dito nga po may proseso ng naturalization sa Kongreso, binibigyan po ng House of Representatives or the Congress itself yung mga nag-a-apply na gusto pong maging Filipino citizens. Pero ito parang mabilisan kasi ang nagiging trend dito ay parang nagkakaroon ng late registration itong mga Chinese nationals. So i-register po nila sa local civil registrar at sila naman ay issuean ng birth certificate, at yung birth certificate na yon ay ipo-forward sa PSA, sa Philippine Statistics Authority. At bibigyan naman po ng certificate of live birth from the PSA. So from there, mabibigyan din sila ng Philippine passport. And therefore, for all intents and purposes, sila po ay Filipino citizens. So these are very alarming. Kumbaga, minamanipula nila ang ating mga batas, ang ating pong mga proseso dito sa ating bansa. And dapat po matigil ito. Again, this is a national security issue na kailangan po pagbigyan ng pagtuunan ng pansin ng ating gobyerno.
Dagdag lang din yung kay Kong Jill. So, medyo shady talaga yung nangyari sa investigasyon kasi parang hindi mo alam kung saan ka nanggaling. Parang ganun yung dating nung kahit sino naman siguro sa atin dito alam kung saan kayo nag-aaral, sino yung mga ganitong mga relevant na tao sa mga importanteng highlights ng buhay mo. So, i-add ko lang yung kay Kong Jill. But again, my focus is on the interagency po na nabuo. Siguro, I would just like to urge itong ating binuong interagency. Kahit na hindi naman po nabuo itong interagency na will screen or will look into this issue, part po kasi talaga ng trabaho nila yan . And part of their work is also looking at trends, projecting trends ng national, ng international. Kasi may influx ng ganitong number of people dito sa lugar na to. So dapat part po talaga ng mandate nila yun . Kasi may global trend po yung ganyan. Like, sa ano nga, di ba, sa entertainment business, meron nga pong surge ng, di ba, K-pop is taking over the world. Parang something like that. So dapat po, hindi lang po yung kung ano po yung current na matter ngayon. Dapat po yung mga ating national agencies, nakikita din po nila, may projections din po sila. And they should have reasons, or dapat may gathering sila ng facts kung bakit po bakit dito sa Cagayan ang daming influx ng students. Something like that. So, yun lang po. Thank you.
Sorry, quick follow-up lang po about this. May other questions po ako. Pero kay Kong Jill, kasi nabanggit nyo rin po yung qualifications para tumakbo sa election. And alam naman natin, next year, may election na naman. Any reminders, paalala sa ating mga kababayan, or even COMELEC? Kasi yun nga, yung issue na to, though lahat naman ay kailangan pa ng investigasyon. Pero ano po yung mga paalala natin para hindi magkaroon in the future pa ng mga ganitong insidente na kaduda-duda yung na-elect, or yun nga, in the first place yung naging yung tumakbo at na-elect na official. Ano pong reminder or even sa COMELEC?
Well, it's about the proper and effective implementation of the COMELEC rules as well as the election rules and procedure. Because once we file our certificate of candidacy, we should put with all honesty, all the informations are legitimate. And ito po ay ninonong tayo, di ba? So therefore, dapat totoo ang mga detalye at tama ang nilalagay dito. So again, this will serve as a reminder ng the midterm election this coming 2025 that kumbaga look out ito ng ating Commission on Elections na dapat i-screen nila lahat ng mga kakandidato na ngayong darating na midterm election na dapat sila po ay nagsasabi ng totoo. Sapagkat kung doon pa naman po sa dokumento na kanila pong ipofile, which is the certificate of candidacy, ay hindi na po sila magiging totoo. How much more pa kung mabigyan ito ng pagkakataon na sila po ay manilbihan sa ating pong mga lugar. So again, this is a very serious issue na hindi lamang about national security dahil meron na po tayong mga allegedly Chinese persons or individuals na gustong pasukin pati yung paggogobyerno sa ating bansa. So dapat talaga tingnan ito ng ating gobyerno.
And ano lang po, about naman po kay President Marcos, meron kasi siyang statement recently na wala naman daw reports on discount lot among active police and military officers.